Well, the day has kind of just begun. Came over to Excursion, introduced ourselves, got to meet everybody, and got the old antitrust talk, and then about to go to thermo school and go on a tour. I learned so much about a part of the industry that I've never been exposed to, and you got to see manufacturing on a scale that is just honestly crazy.
The LOT event for sure provides a much more intimate view and kind of access and accessibility to different partners that you might not have as much time with at something like the converter meeting or the annual meeting, which are both fantastic events as well. But this really gets you kind of one-on-one situations. I think there's right around 50 people here from all different varieties within the label industry, from paper suppliers, ink suppliers, digital press manufacturers, label converters as well. So you really get that more intimate one-on-one or one-on-two, one-on-three setting that you may not be able to get at different settings like a label expo or an annual meeting where there are hundreds or thousands of people.
Afterwards, we went to the farmhouse. It's this really cool venue owned by Excursion. It's so cool. We had some drinks, we had some dinner, played can jam, frisbeers, whatever you call it. Good times, played some cornhole, and just got to network and hang out with everyone. It's cool because you interact with people in the industry on a lot more personal and casual level. You get to talk to people outside of formal networking events or formal, work-focused events, and you get to talk about other unrelated stuff that you have in common, outside of work. And I think that makes having those conversations during work hours about work-related things a lot easier because you have that personal relationship established.
So had a great breakfast here, kicked it off, had a couple of really good conversations with a few industry leaders within the hotel, and then got into the Excursion plant. Did have to climb up what felt like 1,000 stairs again. Had some really great content that was shared with us from a careers panel with a few folks. Turi was on it as well, and just to listen to the different kind of backgrounds that our colleagues and friends are bringing into the label industry overall. And then we did have a really good conversation about private equity within the label industry from the CEO of M2S.
And now we're at Green Bay Packaging, gonna go on a tour, see some machines, ask some questions. Check it out. The Green Bay tour was so cool. It's just such a highly automated plant. It was so cool to see just production on that scale and to see a part of the industry that you don't see all the time. And all of their little autonomous robots were so cute. I loved them. And their inventory system is so cool, and just, it's really inspiring because you see something that's not really in a part of the industry that you work in, but you can bring it home and be inspired by it, and on a lesser scale implement it at your plant. I was a little skeptical about the Lambeau tour. I didn't know what to expect. I don't really care for football, but it was so cool. Everyone was just, they cared so much. They loved it. I was like, oh, I do appreciate this, and I fear I am a fan. I didn't get a cheese hat because I'd have to wear it on the plane, but I got a mug.
I think once again, the entire TLMI team just absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark, to use that phrase, or I guess it was a touchdown since we went to Lambeau Field. Team building, collaboration, networking, that the TLMI really kind of seems to be founded upon. Leading
up to every event, I feel a little bit overwhelmed and overworked, and I think, every time you leave the shop, you feel like things are gonna fall behind or that you have a lot of work to do so that you can take the time off, especially at a smaller company. And at the end of all of these trips, I feel so thankful that I did it. You get to connect with people that you don't see all the time, you get to talk about work-related events, and I think at the end of it, you take home inspiration, you feel motivated, and you get ideas, and so then you go home and you end up saving yourself time, even though it felt like more work at the beginning.